Hello everybody and welcome back to G4G Games for Gamers. I'm your host, Napalm Dawn, and today we are taking a look at the Beta Ray Spec-Ops. And today's background music is brought to you by Nordic Ambient Music. Figured that would be rather fitting there today. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got going on. Well, first, at this point in time, the news is not yet declaring the Spec-Ops, and we are not yet seeing the 64 gold item. So we still have Molly, good old Vag Beam, Carolina, and of course the breaking the 300 cap. But as we can see here, today's mission is the Avengers. We still have the gloves. And no tasks as of yet, believe it or not. And always you want to make sure that you accept the Spec Ops before you start accepting your gifts. Otherwise you will not be able to gain any ISOs that you have waiting for you. I also would definitely recommend that you accept the mission before you start farming your allies, because you can see there I got 2 ISOs and they did not count. And that is a mistake that is very, very easy to make. So we're going to go ahead and pick it just so that we can get the screens and everything. So you have unlocked the exclusive new hero Thorse, Thorse. It's Beta Ray Bill, otherwise known as Thor's equestrian little stand-in there with... God, I hate that hammer. It looks so cheesy. Here are some of the weapons that are available, and we'll see these in the missions. We have the Zed Slugger, which is melee and slashing. It looks like a bat with a little spiky crystal or nails at the end of it over here. I guess Scout in TF2 will be happy with that. It is customized. It exploits shields, which would be good for a Invisible Woman slash Caroline and Dean meta. Causes bleeding, and it causes despair, which is a nice little weapon. But it does not do a lot of damage. It does not seem to be a particularly punchy weapon, but it does have some high PvP bonuses. Again, you don't want to slot this in PvP unless you get duplicates of it. Although, I'm not that impressed with the top end, but being able to have an agent cause despair is pretty nice, because I don't think we've seen that since the Brute. We have the Dread Axe, which is customized deadly crits and demise. It causes doom to trigger immediately. So this could be good with Gamora, the 4 Horsemen, Iceman, and everything like that. So this could be a handy little weapon, especially with the meta of Groots and Gamoras. We have the Skeletal Cup, which is kind of interesting. It is a quick action doom. It's only a 2-round cooldown and it counts as magic. Again, all these 3 have some high PvP bonuses, 2 on offense, 1 on D. Surprisingly, none of them are balanced. But, I mean, these 3 weapons right here are a kind of a nasty little set over here. I've tracked the wrecking crew to the Savage Land. They're up to something. Hunting down the Worthy's hammers, maybe. Have we recorded a hammerfall here? I don't know. There's a lot of noise and distraction covering for the Executioner. I saw him emerge from the portal soon after the wrecking crew's attacks began. That makes a little bit more sense. Poor Scourge, he's driven beyond reason by jealousy. He wished me to fight with him in this battle to come, and I refused him. So here we have the first signs of good old Enchantress showing up. And of course, Shade is pissed because there could only be one with the big, slightly clad boobs around here. And Shade has been around for a while, so I don't know. I guess she's a little pissed that Pamela Lee Anderson showed up. Honestly, doesn't that look like Pamela Lee Anderson? Could you not see Pam Anderson completely being this? I can. Stay your hand, mortal. I'm here in peace. Where does it benefit me if Midgard burns and the Odin Sun dies protecting it? I will offer what assistance I may. If He is a fool the more you made him so. It is his jealousy over you that brings him to destroy the world. So there's Thorse with his little EKG armor pattern there. Who the hell? You've never met Beta Ray Bill, Nick? He's, well, I don't know what he is. What are you, Bill? Corbinite. I am Thorse. What's a Corbinite? Well, you see, it's this metal that forms in the interior of the moon under high pressures and would certainly... I don't know. On the last survivor world destroyed by Surtur, I wield Stormbreaker, hammer given to me by Odin himself, and like a more, although pure of will, I am here to battle the enemies of Asgard and Earth. Let's not cast aspersions now. You'll find me quite useful ally, I think. I mean, look at these boobs. It'll distract any mortal man. We'll see, Bill. Did you say Surtur, the fire demon? Yes, the executioner works on his behalf of the burning devil. If you've not seen him yet, you will soon. That we sure could use Thor. Is he... Yes, where is the Odin's son? I don't know. Come, we must hunt down the executioner. Please allow me to stand in as Thor with my giant teeth that look like hooves. God, he's the ugliest human being on the... Well, guess I shouldn't say human being. So, we have to defeat 4 Isosaurs. Be interesting if you could cheat and do it outside of the Spec-Ops. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got going over here for the missions and the rewards. So, for the Executioner mission, that is where you will find the Dread Axe. For the Mythic Minions mission, that is where you will find the Skeletal Cup. Isosaurs and Dark Elves, that is quite a combination over there. Talk about will it blend. And then we have over here this one, who I'm not really too sure who that's going to be. Dead and defeated come back to life at the beck and call of a power-hungry coalition. How can you stop which cannot grow weary or feel pain? This is where you will find the Zed is Dead baby Slugger. And the epic boss, who is a blaster, Surtur. Flared temper increases damage after any quick action is performed. Healing fire heals and removes a debuff when hit by burning attackers. Lord of the Flame. Chance to cause burning when hit. And he is relentless. We have Beta Ray Bill here at the end, who is a Path of Might. He is a blaster and a bruiser. So, he will pinch bruisers, but he will be an issue against other blasters. So his strengths will be bruisers and scrappers. We have the PvP socketable item, which is the same as the gloves and the lockets. The Asgardian armband, it removes necrotic rot, cranial necrosis, and malign leprosy. We have one of the elemental set pieces over here, the Smoldering Sword, which kind of looks like it should have been in the Blade Spec-Ops. It's melee, slashing, and fire. Low top-end damage. Fiery Charge charges elemental capacitors and provides elemental powers. Elemental powers say that you increase damage. Chance to preemptively counterattacks on an enemy with chilled, frigid, or burning, so it's going to have some nice synergy with the WCD and Crystal. One enemy is burning, taking damage every turn, and you're burning on yourself, which could have some interesting synergy with Beast. Blueprint, Staff of the Tepid Storms, another member of the Elemental set. It is customized, multifunction, charges elemental capacitors and elemental power. And we have what looks like the kind of the solid slug shotgun, just more ornate. The Coulson Special, fire, energy, ranged, and tech. So energy will work with Carolina, tech will work with the Fixer. And it is customized, gains a damage boost and additional effects when equipped with elementally charged gear. Fiery Charge adds burning, Icy Charge adds chilled, Electric Charge adds static shock and magnetize. Static shock is going to go with Beta Ray Bill over here. There are the lock boxes. So her lockbox will be called Enchanting. And there's the 8 covers. So let's go ahead and take a look at the team page over here. Skip on over to the end. Locked. Beta Ray Bill. Shitty little hammer that he has over there. Stormbreaker. Crackle. Chance to trigger an electric shock after performing a hostile action. Removes 1 stack of Crackle when triggered. This effect can be applied 3 times. So you stack it up, and if it applies the electric shock, they lose that stack of Crackle. For himself, he takes 50% less damage. It is melee, and it is electric. Thunder. So we have Thunderstruck. It is ranged and electric, and of course the intro. Alright, so we have On Your Knees as the flavor text for Stormbreaker. We have You Have Been Thunderstruck. Cornered, so it removes protectors and he gains Breakthrough. So we have a melee electric and a ranged electric. I say thee nay. Bada boom. Big bada boom. Lilo Dallas Multipass. Range, electric, and energy. All enemies. Catastrophic. All enemies gain static charge and ozone, taking additional damage from electricity attacks and effects. On himself, electric field. Shield effect absorbs shield damage. Deals electricity damage to melee attackers. So he's definitely going to have some synergy here on this one with Carolina, because this will go ahead and give her a stack, and he will now be shielded, taking advantage of Shield Slam. Ride the Lightning. 3-round cooldown, melee electric, deadly crits. It exploits flyers. Deals extra damage against targets with Crackle, Ozone, and Static Charge. So this has got a really big cooldown over here. It's probably going to be his Punch-Out ability. So who is he going to have synergy with? Well, Electric will give him some access with Storm, of course. The energy over here would work with Carolina, but it's a 2-round cooldown. He's a combination of melee and range, but he is a little bit more range. Well, actually, it's an even split. Let's take a look at Enchantress. She's going to be an infiltrator, and she's Asgardian. However, Beta Ray Bill does not count as Asgardian, because he's Corbinite. Corbin Dallas, Lilu Dallas Multipass. Asgardian, Sowing Discord gains magic missile charges when an enemy attacks anyone on the enemy team. Gains magic missile charge at the beginning of every turn. So, perhaps this is going to be really good with somebody like Fantomex or Dr. Morbius, or anybody who causes Disoriented. So now all of a sudden that Seduction could be really handy, although Seduction's cooldown is awful. It's just atrocious. She's really good on attack. She's weak on most other things other than evasion. Beta Ray Bill, really strong on health and really strong on attack and defense, so he is a little bit more bruiser oriented. Magic Missile, Ethereal Strike, guaranteed hit. Pretty low chance to crit though. It is ranged and magic, Bane and Chaos Shot. Ooh, that's gonna be interesting. I see some workings there with Beast, Magic, any of the other casters, Nico. Charm, quick action, subtle, 1-round cooldown, so it'll be up every round, debuff magic. Charmed, and Mind Control. So this basically is Seduction, but not on a stick anymore. Chance to lose a turn via Charmed, remove when damage is taken, but Mind Control, 50% chance to protect enemies from allies' attacks. Alluring Voice, another quick action. Disoriented and Smitten, 20% chance to cower and fail an attack, counterattacks allies who are charmed. Interesting, so a quick action. Ooh, very interesting. She might get kind of powerful over here. Emerald Wave, all enemies, 2-round cooldown, ranged and magic. She exploits attrition and she exploits delirium, so she really is going to have good synergy with Dr. Morbius, especially if the Chaos Shot puts out bleeds. So let's take a look at what agent weapons can go with these two heroes over here. And I'm going to come off of full screen real quick just to make this a little bit easier because of the non-type ahead feature that goes on here. Alright, so first we have the seduction, disoriented, and mind control. As you can see, that is right up her alley. It is ranged and magic. However, that cooldown 4 rounds, that is just awful. The custom possessed pistol, believe it or not, is magic. We have this one. This is one of the ones that I was looking for. The dense electrotech hammer. This is one of the items that I like when I was running Thor and Fixer together, as it ties them together neatly. It is melee and it is tech. It causes wide open winded and static charge and tech upgrade. So this was my way of peanut butter and jellying Thor and Fixer together. But you have static charge over here, which is really good. And let's see what else we have over here. Alright. So there is another hammer out there that I want to go ahead and show. Well, is it Thunder? I think it begins with TH. There it is. The Thunder Strike. Thunder Watch. You are immune to electricity and you counterattack electricity attacks or enemies with static charge, and you cause static charge. So this is another really solid item to go with Beta Ray Bill. And that's pretty much the ones that I was thinking of off of the top of my hand there. Top of my head. Let's see, I think that was it for... Is the Dense the one with the cooldown? I think Dense has got a cooldown. Yeah, 2-round cooldown over there. So those two hammers will work out pretty good. So there's Thunderstrike. There is the Dense Electrotech hammer. These two both work pretty good together. Thunderstrike uses a little bit less stamina. And of course, you know, anything that will do electricity damage or cause static charge will work out pretty well. We also have anything that causes disoriented should work out pretty well. So the Blackest Void, any mind control items. The Golden Copus would work well because of the fact that it does Chaos Shot and Breakdown, and then it turns around and exploits it. That would be pretty handy. So, you know, the rest of the items you'll be able to definitely figure out on your own. Any of the ones that cause disoriented or cause static charge should work out pretty nicely for this set. And if we take a look at Morbius, I can show you guys how Morbius will work with the Enchantress, although that does get a little deadly to have 2 infiltrators, but if the meta stays tactician heavy, that's pretty good. So here we have Morbius. We have Fly By Night, which exploits delirium, and he crits really solid on this one if people are bleeding. I Hunger, Mesmerize, Disoriented, Possessed, and Mind Control. So that works out really well. If we go over and take a look at Emma, we have Psychic Tap with the controlling Augmented ISO 8. So there are some good team-ups over there. And of course, Thor and Storm will work out pretty well with Thorse over there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first look at the Special Ops Land of Fire and Ice, otherwise known as the Beta Ray Bill Spec Ops. And take care, everybody. Hope you get the drops that you are looking for.